Greetings, gentlemen, and to all our viewers, welcome to part 2 of our 4-part mini-series about ubomi bendoda. We've already published one part that deals with the challenges of a young man in the age group between 20 and 25. Today, though, we are dealing with the progression from the previous episode. We're dealing with the age group 25 to 30. And this is the stage in your life where you are trying to establish yourself within your career. And we'll be discussing all the pertinent information around one's career starting out. And I am here with my panel, Sia and Madoda. I will allow them to introduce themselves quickly, and then we can start.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sia Tlaso. You are welcome in our platform. Thank you.
Hi, this is Madoda, aka Slujo. You're welcome to our platform. Thank you very much.
I remember, well, maybe not 25, it was around 22, 23 for me. And I was done, with my undergrad. So I was trying to get employment. And what I recall, it was so difficult to actually get a position anywhere. And I think it's something I was unprepared for, because common logic tells us just go get your education, you'll be able to get placements soon and be on your way. But now the rude awakening, when I realized that no, it's not a simple matter that you'll finish this and move on to that. There was just a void in between me finishing my studies and actually securing a good position. Very frustrating time in my life, I must say. What do you guys remember about your first jobs? What was your first jobs, and how did they come about?
Thanks, bro. I think I share similar sentiments also, but yeah, I think actually thinking back, those years were one of the difficult years in my life. With the expectations of, as you're saying, after finishing school, you have that hope that things are going to come right and going to come silky, and it was not at all. Oh, I struggled to get a job. I remember you told me that you came here around 2003 or so for internship or so. So we talk about this, that I'm going to join you eventually, just to find a way to get some job or just to look for things, because where we come from, East London, there were not a lot of opportunities. We know by the fact that we had to move to Joburg. So I came here, also joined you around March 2003. Yeah, I struggled. I really struggled. I mean, I could take any jobs. I remember at some stage I was working for Mr. Price for the whole month, and they didn't even pay me. So like, these people, But I guess in closer if you constantly keep on keeping on, eventually things happen. But I know for the fact that it's one of the pitfalls that youth today might take for granted. And I think they become too focused on getting a career or a job that is career-oriented and tend to overlook on other opportunities. I don't know now, probably things have changed, but during our time, we eventually knew that you can't just focus because you did IT, you're going to focus on looking for a IT position. Anything that could assist you from taking the load off your parents, renting a flat, all of these things. So it was extremely difficult for me, I'm not going to lie. And the other thing that made things even more difficult is at that age, every month, because I was still dependent on my parents, I had to call home like, hey, can you still assist me on this and that? Money, rent, money, grocery, and all of these things. So yeah, the only thing that I remember about those years is hardship, is hardship of not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow. But yeah, and what's your take, Chuch?
Good topic, gentlemen. It's taking me way back. as you were recalling when I was busy reflecting, taking a long time ago. I came to Joburg in 2003. So that time I was between 20 to 25. And now what worked for me was the mindset I had. I've always viewed myself as a quality cheater. As well, when I got to Jozi, I stayed in Kempton Park, and then I moved to Pretoria. I rented a flat there, and then a nice flat, because I was coming from Bekasi. So one of the things that I told myself was that I'm not going to go and then look for this place, Mamelodi or Soshanguve or Artersville. I just want to avoid esa space. Yeah. Yes, man. Yeah. And I knew some of the companies as an IT man, someone who had deep background in IT, I knew companies in Fundu Sebenzel. And guess what? As they say, there was a company called the CS Holdings that was in Midrand. Now it was bought by Bice Technologies. As I was coming from Joburg to go to Pretoria, I said, I'm going to work for this company. Fast forward, I got an employment there, and then I was placed as a service representative at a company called HSRC in Pretoria. That was 2004. I'm a praying man. That thing I grew up with. I use imisebenzi nendlela zikaThixo as my reference point. Xa ndixakekile ndiyayazi into yokubana ukhona umdali, ukhona umuntu owandenzayo man, ukhona umuntu responsible for le mpilo yabona le ndiyiphilayo, ukhona umuntu who's a creator of heaven and earth, and everything is free pha kuye. So ibisoloko endiqhuba naloo nto leyo ubukhulu becala, just to make sure into yokubana ndibane strength going forward. And wena Katsheni mfondini ezinto wenza njani wena kakuhle kula minyaka?
Enkosi George. Hey, as Benchilo Chucha, I was just caught unaware ekuqalekeni because I'm one of those people who committed kwinto yakhe yofunda, nakhona not because ndandithanda, because at the beginning I had a rude awakening. My first year tertiary actually was a nightmare. I didn't make it. I had to change institutions, and then when I went to institution where I ended up with decent sense of undergrad, it's not like lende yandohlula le qha inibambe nizozela yabonza ke lijonge iqwalasele kahle so yeah, I'm one of those who are working hard now that I had that second run, a second chance. So I didn't anticipate trying to go funda, but I'll be one of the people struggling to get work, So, but in my mind, that was the only thing ringing, but apply. Why don't they, maybe Glendo wrong about the CV? Why can't people see that I'm one of the top students? And now I wonder, I began to wonder when even today, and that's the thing that I wish we could maybe see more. Is it the right approach varsity so that at the end of your 3-year or 4-year degree, however many years, you'll take a CV and start sending it around? Maybe besifundiswe njalo kuqala, but I suspect ixesha labantu we might be living in a time where laa nto siyifundayo, we can apply it and use it maybe with a pinch of, of ufuna uzimela, not lento of going with your head in hand, hoping someone will call you back, because 1 year, 2 years, yakwazi udlula in the land. And as you are saying, Chucha ufike apha udilishana nabantu and you didn't know if bebekugxeka kuba befuna ukunceda to improve or they were threatened by you. We get a lot of that even now when we do these people really know our worth, or are they know it so well that they are threatened by it? Company at some point. But 14, but the knowledge see now, it's sought after, and it can make companies stand. It can make institutions rise from nothing. You understand? What is our take on maybe not focusing all that much on securing a job, but rather to build an enterprise that can be called by your name and that can allow you to use your abilities, where your abilities will obviously find place for improvement and fine-tuning, but they can be utilized, because accountant, it means all you do is to balance the numbers, you understand? And the question I have, if you are so good at doing that, why can't you do that for yourself? Why can't you read into the finance stock market and run your own actuary company, something like that? Why are we still stuck in this system, your funda, and then we cross our fingers and hope someone will pick up our names from the head?
Injalo nyani sibo. Injalo nyani. And I think at some stage nathi sakufuneka sikhangele indlela ezibhetere ngokwenza izinto. Yabona? Umzekelo ungajonga, if you get to look around, abelungu abaninzi nangona abantu abamnyama are taking over, but abelungu abaninzi ba in charge, ne? And by in charge ngohlobo lobana bambala bezuniversity, nje uyibona around bambala bezuniversity nakwi-internship programs bambala kunqabela ubona abantu bebala, but uzobona phaa ekugqibeleni ukuthi bakhalaza bebe nezinto ezinkulu, beziposition, bize nezi-degrees nezi-masters zenini, iphinde niqashwe ngabo. Ikhona kodwa into kwi-system yethu andifuni ublema, andifuni ulimita kwi-system ye-education, in general system nje, rather andifuni ulimita kwi-academy in general. I think ikhona laa nto ubana sithina i-success, impumelelo ukubana ufunde, ufumane i-qualification, uphangele. And a lot of us have been stuck to that we kind of overlook our own skills, that we can create our own path thing, wealth, nabantwana bethu. Because wonke umuntu ufuna uphangele lo mnyundu, wonke umuntu ufuna uphangele lo mnyundu. Bambalwa kakhulu abantu bafana nathi abayiqalayo into phantsi baqhube nayo. Ukwangazela into ithethayo ukuthi mhlawumbi kufuneke ibe khona abelungu babiza i-paradigm shift, uhlobo oluthile oludibeneyo sinokwazi ujonga izinto ngohlobo lohlukeneyo olwakhayo at the same time. Because as much as ithi imisebenzi ayikho, yabo, ufumanisa abantu ukuthi njengomzekelo ngoku kwimisebenzi emininzi abantu abayi-ignorare because baleqa ii-degrees, le misebenzi artisan, imisebenzi yokwazi ukwenza izinto ngezandla. Xa ukwazi ukwenza izinto ngezandla awunyanzelanga ube kwisakhiwo esithile. If ikholeji ethile izokwazi ukufundisa ukuthi o-technical college ukwenza izinto onokwazi uzenzela, let's say woodwork. If uyakwazi uzenzela itafile into ethile, uyakwazi uyithengisela ungakhange ube under i-roof kwaFanwyk nobani na. It goes way than woodwork, or rather i-work as a furnished. Zininzi izinto esinokwazi uzenzela thina ngokunokwethu xa siyodibanisa ingqondo. Zama ukuthi ke imfundo nangoku xa ndibuyela kulaa ntsokolo ndandikuyo kuqala, I had to pick up ukuthi yintoni ingxaki ebangela ubana ndislow idileyo iprogress yam ebomini, and it was school. I had to further my education, and after that things were bad. I think we need to move a little bit from that. Ukuthi ufundo zoba better kwanza uzofumana umsebenzi obetter. Ukuthi nangona sinemisebenzi sikwazi usebenzisa ezi skills sifumana esikolweni. Ukuthi senze izinto ezizasaka thina buku. So kwazi ubeka igama lethu kwezinto esizifunayo. Kwazi ufuna ukwenza ubomi bethu nobomi
Legacy.
better. Yes, legacy mfethu. Ndizayishiya apho bras. Uthini wena teacher kule ndaba?
Ndivumelana nani bras, ndivumelana nani bras. Yazi le nto ka isigela kahle education. Yeah, as degrees ekuthethwa ngazo. Abanye abantu might take them lightly kahle, yabona. But they are so necessary. Yabona ngizakwenzela umzekelo yabona uHlawudi Motsoneng. Beke wanikwe SABC uHlawudi la because akho sigela. Why collapse? Yeah. Don't. So scale, you don't take it lightly. Anything. Ungayenza i-degree into ethile, but mhlambi let's say wenza into IT informatics, but along the way you will tap on financial accounting, you will tap on into ethile, you will tap on into ethile, don't. And then you will be versed in a couple of topics. But because of thina abantu bamnyama asile ntoka ubukhulu becala asinayo la backing kune-red tape eninzi kwi-movements zethu uyabona, because uba uya ebhankini the only way yakho uncedwa khona ebhankini unikwe izizumbulu xa uzokwazi uba uthiwe hook up kula system yoba netyala ubhatala mhlawumbi ufuna imoto okanye ufuna indlu, into ezobhenefitha bona ekugqibeleni xa ufuna mhlawumbi uphethe just a convincing plan apha kuwe, business plan bangamantsintsi yabona, uqhubeleka uthola ifunding uthini uyabona loo nto eziya-result abantu abaninzi they bail out uyabona baphelelwe nangomdla kwezo zinto.
Just to extend kwinto obusixelele last week, because ubuthe indoda umuntu ufuneke ibe khona le nto imqhubayo, le nto ihleli apha kuye engqondweni imphushayo. Benifunda enye incwadi apha kaPhil Knight, is the founder of Nike, the shoe company. A lot of times xa kuthethwa ngomuntu omhlophe okwi-position of advantage, we just engqondweni zethu we think abelungu they are privileged and this thing zenzeka kubo easy yabo. And so that story was relaying intsokolo adlule kuyo le chap, because naye, as you say, imfundo ibalekile. He studied kwi-university yapha, I think Portland or Oregon, but then he had this idea by varsity, but no, I need my own running shoe, because at that time kwakukho athletes in that school where who had made their little town famous, but bengenazihlangu right zobaleka. But the other angle of that is that he could take that journey, abandon everything and try to travel factories around Japan, because by manufacturing it's easier labor and they've got the factories and they don't have to live up to those standards as developed countries in terms of hygiene and all that, safety. Japan
labor law.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, in our own scenario, maybe tertiary, it was so you don't have the luxury to explore your passions. They are gradually getting out of a position where they can continue to do that. Is it says out cheap, so you've got a pressure to start being productive, but maybe we should also encourage in our communities, but no, give people the chance to see what is it that is in their hands, umsebenzi wezandla zabo, that can really bring out the best abakubo without the constraint yexesha. And now I'm 25, headed towards 30, and kabinando ikhalayo, because when we see now we see one of the best casual shoes, sports shoes. I mean, but now it's hard to imagine, but with grassroots level, at that level, and it was so uncoordinated, so unplanned, but it was just all along. And it's easy for us in Black City, you know, right abantu tata zamthini yabona. Let's not hide behind as excuses, because I suspect as challenges uzazifumana nawe nomnye umuntu of any bala they can write you a book about the challenges that they encountered, and I'm just trying to see if there's an opportunity to come out of this mindset that is poverty driven. If fear of being poor must drive obama ufumana umsebenzi ngoku yabo. Even if uyazazi abenhlizweni uphethe into strong or enodubula more than any other than a job could, you know, noba ijob engaba yintoni na le. I don't know about ubona njani naXhaso.
I great Subuliteta 100%. I think we have an application because Tina as cooling with Robo, Abanana Betum Zagar, Abakulung with Robo, the Skulanga. So now just man balance, then the better as much as we encourage education. Got a squaws, but Bapi Tuba Labo, go to Bakwas, Uves, Sakono Sabi, Nabas Tandang, went to take their lives forward. So I limited land to Bana, Kubak Safan, Kubana, to good age. Ukabamutin and supported, but could make us better at trades born. So it's not causing was Kubeke, reinvented with Lenessence of a good science of gob, must be tuba, about to go to Abana Betums again, Utabakwas and Abuti, all the ring whiting, isn't the bus tender, people mean Ubazenze, Tramion and laying a yoganti, Kion this is also bomba, the bulle.
So Lando, and it is if Nango Sazame. Ukuyipreacha kwezi offsprings zethu to say mhlawumbe kwezinto kwezikhathi ezibasebenzayo into abamntanami masizama ucreate i-content singabi consumer mhlawumbe lonke ixesha mhlawumbe yabona ngoku sikuspring ngoku kuzafika imvula you encourage into yobana hey man futhi khawuvule iplot apho man izityale lapha into ezithile mhlawumbe uzawube unleasha into nje uyabona elele pha kuye emntaneni wakho ngaphakathi potential enkulu kuye uyabo.
Okay, I never brass. So in general ke nina nithi mhlawumbe ngawapha amacebiso enonika abantu abasandoqala icareer yabo that from 25 years old unyuka mhlawumbe ngezi pitfalls umuntu ofuneka ajamelene nazo ebomini.
I think one of izinto ezibalulekileyo the mindset mntakwethu ne-right attitude. Yazi lando akuthethwa mhlawumbe uyalo njengomuntu omtsha okanye ngomfana ukuthi uyifuna indoda ifunda ize iyofa. If you have that attitude inokubana of continuous improvement, uba ndifuna ufunda, I have the right attitude, I am positive about things, then I think half of your job is done going forward. You respect abantu, you respect life, normal. So I think in London, I would say, if you have ESO tools as in ESO Kaita, then you will go far in life. We bona njani nakajeni ngasiqokumbela.
Ngosi, no mna the way I see indaba yokusebenza, the work life of a man, I always ask myself what is my value in the marketplace? In other words, what is it that I bring kulo msebenzi of which if bendingekho ibizawulekisha, you know, and that's how I try to separate myself, because it might be uba singene siba yi-5 sine-skill esi-1, but there are those auxiliary skills. Some people call them soft skills. That's how you want to set yourself apart, you know. If you are hired as, I don't know, an engineer,
Yeah.
but niyathanda uba ne-clients as difficult, maybe it would be to your advantage to develop a skill, so negotiator, clients, and to calm them down, to make them also buy into the fact that, you know, into zabo will be delivered on time. They need to trust you as a team appointed, but we will be able to do this within budget, within time as spec, you know. So you develop other skills that are not necessarily technical skills, but skills that help the business move forward. That's how we say, this is your value upper marketing, and these are the things that make it difficult for abantu baqeshileyo to get rid of you easily, because they know it's not a simple fact of just replacing one engineer with another. Kukho izinto ezithe nca ezingumadoda ezingazozifumana, even if sifumene an equally trained person, uyabona, izinto ezithe nca kum. Yeah, that is what I would advise umuntu who's coming into the job market, to really work on refining and defining a value yabo that they add.
Hayi intle George, intle Gatyeni. Hayi ndavumana namadoda, ndandivumela amanqaku nothethayo. Kambe in general mna I think nje umntu noba kwinto nayenzayo funeke afunde indlela yozimisela. Sometimes we tend to forget how blessed uhlobo sikelele ngakhona nezibusiso esinazo, ngenxa bana omnye umntu ngenxa yoba usibuye nomsebenzi obhetere kunam, ndiwuthatha ndingawunika ingqalelo umsebenzini nawo, kodwa uyakwazi uba ufide abantwana bam, bhatala amatyala and all of that. So it's important to really acknowledge that we are blessed already. But furthermore, umntu ukuthi nalapha khona noba wenza ntoni na akwazi uzimisela ukuthi ayenze kakuhle into ayenzayo noba yintoni na. Kodwa kwesithathu I think ibalulekile ukuthi there's no anytime, there's the time when it comes to learn new skills. You're never too old to learn new ways of doing things. You're never too old to learn new skills, you know. So nayikhuthaza naleyo ukuthi noba umuntu usezofisini uyitypise kwaye wantoni na uyenzayo. If ikhona ithuba bana kwezi hour unazo zi-24 ukuthi ukwazi ukwenza enye into nokwazi ukwenza ingenelo ebomini bakho obalulekileyo, ingenelo yemali or peace of mind or anything that is positive, spiritual or otherwise, uyenze. Because sibamba, we tend to delay things with no valid reason ngenxa nje basinganasibindi soqala. Kodwa uqala yona nto ebalulekileyo. Once you start, you are one step away to realizing your dreams. So uqala nje ubalulekile, because i-mistake ozozenza along the way sozozazi up until uqala.
The point of usebenza is to be independent, and if you can do that and also stretch it to others, you should always go for that. And I would say abantu should not underestimate what they can do and what value they can bring. And these circumstances are always desperate today, should not be the deciders. But izinto that you know are not going to help them in the long term. And I just want to summarize what I was saying in a quote. The quote Abraham Lincoln. This is a gentleman who had been attempting to become elected with US election, and he had done so numerous attempts without success, you know. And at this one point, the news reporter was asking him, Abraham, why do you keep taking yourself through this? Why do you put yourself through this? Year after year, you are running and you just don't make the numbers. Why do you torture yourself, Mosho? And then his response was, I will work on myself and perhaps my time will come. So that is what I want to tie I spoke about how we struggled to find work, and we could have become despondent and apprehensive and said, okay, this is not for me, I'm leaving, I'm gonna try something else. But the trick is to keep working on yourself and improve as areas zingekabikho right, and make sure you are doing the work from your side. And when he says, perhaps my time will come, I even like that perhaps, because now I get quite entitled. Akati, I'll work on myself and surely my time will come. So he's expectant, yet he's got the humility to say that that we should feel entitled to. By president. You have to work on yourself, and it might or might not happen. But you, in order for it to happen, funeka wena ukhe wasebenza kusiqu sakho so that you can attain that goal.
And now
That's a long way to
by
stay.
president, and it.
Waphela ebufumana, yeah, waphela ebufumana. Sivala ngalo mazwi, Manene. Thanks a lot. That was those insights were very intuitive. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. And let's do it. Let's do it, gentlemen. Do it your way. No yenza kanjani, ukusalayo yenze.